For the month of April, the focus, astrologically speaking, is going to be on the sign of Aries and Gemini. Because for most of the month, the concentrated energy is going to be about Aries. Not only that, the ruler of Aries, which is Mars, is going to hit all the planets in Aries one by one. Saturn, Neptune, eventually Mercury. Mars will also power up the Aries energy. This is really, really potent. Remember, Aries is the sign, is the first sign, the initiator. It's also a warrior. This is the go energy. So this month of April, we also not just Mars and the concentrated energy in Aries, of course, the usual full moon in Libra, and then new moon in Aries. The true, in my opinion, the true start of the year, new moon in Aries. Not only that, Uranus will finally enter Gemini. This is the start of a couple of years of Uranus in a much friendlier sign, because Uranus in Taurus, Uranus does not really like to be in Taurus. Uranus likes to be in Gemini because Uranus is Aquarius. Gemini is also an air sign, just like Aquarius. So Uranus finds it familiar to be in Gemini. So this is my simple general take on the effects or what to watch for in the month of April for all 12 rising signs. For the first rising sign, we will go to Aries rising, the most accurate, followed by Aries sun and Aries moon. For my dear Aries rising friends, the month of April is going to focus on you because there's a lot of energies, including new moon in Aries, is going to happen in your first house. So this is the house of the self. So pay attention to your energy, your aura, your personality, how you interact with each other, with other people, your appearance, right? If you want to change your appearance, go ahead and do it, right? Especially Mars is also in the first house, but because it's Mars in the first house, you tend to be more combative as usual, more careless, so be careful. Injuries, also be careful of that. Other than that, for the month of April, the focus is also on Uranus entering Gemini. This is for your third house, and of course, full moon in Libra, which is your seventh house. Full moon in Libra earlier in the month, it's going to be a culminating period of relationship, whether it's personal, romantic, legal, business relationship. Your seventh house is going to be illuminated by the full moon in Libra. And then of course, later in the month, Uranus is going to move permanently into Gemini for the next few years. This is for Aries rising, your third house. So the focus is going to be on electrification of your communication, your mindset, the way you digest and process information, also your immediate surroundings, right? And of course your siblings. So just be mindful. Sometimes when it comes to Uranus, it can be sudden, but it can be a sudden download from the universe. So that's a good thing about this. And it's happening in your third house of communication and also mental agility. So just use the best of this genius energy of Uranus. For the second rising sign, we will go to Taurus rising, the most accurate, followed by Taurus sun and Taurus moon. For my dear Taurus rising friends, the month of April is going to focus for you on your Aries, Gemini, and Libra house. For Taurus rising, Aries is your 12th house, and then Gemini will be your second house, and Libra will be your 6th house. So a lot of energies concentrated in Aries, including Mars, its ruler, and also new moon in Aries. It will happen in your 12th house. So focus will be on your mental health, rest, relaxation, spirituality, and of course, art, creativity, your creative sides. And then Uranus, we're going to enter Gemini from Taurus, leaving your first house and entering into your second house. So this is about money, sudden burst of financial inflow, but also sudden burst of financial outflow. So just be mindful. But this is a good time for you to make money from unique, unconventional source, and also make money from technology, internet, AI. And then after that, of course, earlier in the month, we're going to experience a full moon in Libra, which is for Taurus rising. Libra is your 6th house. So there's going to be a culmination of your previous efforts in terms of your health, your work, daily grind, daily details, of course also pets. So be mindful of your health during this time. The full moon could show you something, could reveal something in terms of your health. Pay attention to the clues provided by this full moon. So when it comes to Taurus rising, the month of April is all about your 12th house, your 2nd house, and then your 6th house. For the next rising sign, we will go to Gemini rising, the most accurate, followed by Gemini sun and Gemini moon. For my dear Gemini rising friends, the month of April is going to be electrifying for you. Why? Because Uranus is going to move into your sign, the 1st house. So the month of April, the concentrated energy will be in Aries, because there's a lot of energies in Aries, including Mars, and also new moon in Aries. For Gemini, Aries is your 11th house. This is about friendship. This is about network, social media. This is about your hopes and dreams. Basically, this is your community, right? This is also about your future-oriented self. This is it. So this new moon in Aries, as well as concentrated energy in Aries, you can find your new self and your new network and your new friendship through this energy, concentrated energy in Aries. So pay attention and take good use of it, because Aries is the energy of initiation. Maybe you're the one that's supposed to initiate a new friendship circle, a new networking. Maybe this is a time for you to launch something in regards to your business through social media. Other than Aries, we're going to experience a full moon in Libra. For Gemini rising, Libra is your 5th house. So there's going to be a culmination in regards to your 5th house, which is children, creativity, right? Gambling, entrepreneurship, romance, love, self-expression. And then of course, we're going to experience Uranus moving from Taurus, your 12th house, into Gemini, your 1st house. You are going to infused by the energy of Uranus in your 1st house. So if the way you experience the world is a bit dull, then Uranus could light up your world, literally. Because this is the 1st house, you can literally change your appearance into something unrecognizable or something unique. But just remember, Uranus in the 1st house can be impulsive, can be erratic, so just pay attention to that. If you're the kind of person that likes stability, or you like something that you can control, then Uranus in the 1st house could give you something that you cannot control. But that's the beauty of Uranus in the 1st house. It is something sudden, unexpected, and unique. Just use that energy to your advantage. And Uranus loves to be in Gemini, so this is a good thing. For the next rising sign, we will go to Cancer rising, the most accurate, followed by Cancer sun and Cancer moon. For my dear Cancer rising friends, this month of April is going to focus on your Aries, your Gemini, as well as your Libra house. So it's going to focus on your 12th house, your 10th house, and then your 4th house. Concentrated energy in Aries, including Mars and new moon in Aries, is going to light up your 10th house, career. This is a time to make a bold move in terms of your career, or maybe changing career altogether. And then Uranus is going to move to Gemini later in the month. For Cancer rising, this is your 12th house. Uranus in the 12th house, this is about sudden downloads through dreams. Pay attention to your dreams from now on, and also pay attention to how you relate to mental illness or about your mental state. Because if you don't take care of yourself mentally, Uranus in the 12th house could create havoc. And the way you manage your mind, and then your mental health, and then your rest also. Just remember that. And then of course we're going to experience a full moon in Libra. For Cancer rising, Libra is your 4th house, so there's going to be a culmination about your efforts in terms of your family, your homes, your properties, your mother. The full moon will show you what needs to be changed in order for you to gain things that you need, in order for you to gain something that you really want. Or the full moon in Libra in your 4th house could show you the efforts that you've been putting for the last 6 months, since the last new moon in Libra 6 months ago, in terms of your family. So this new moon is a culmination, an ending, in order for you to start something new. So for Cancer rising, for the month of April is about your career, your homes, and also your mental health. For the next rising sign, we will go to Leo rising, the most accurate, followed by Leo sun and Leo moon. For my dear Leo rising friends, the month of April is about concentrated energy in Aries, Uranus moving into Gemini, and then a full moon in Libra. So these 3 houses, this 3 sign that rules your different houses is going to be activated. For Leo rising, concentrated energy in Aries, including new moon and Mars, will happen in your 9th house. And then Uranus moving into Gemini will happen in your 11th house. And of course, a full moon in Libra will happen in your 3rd house. So this is about concentrated energy in Aries in the 9th house, traveling, right? If you want to write a book, or if you want to publish a book, this is a good time to start something, right? This is also about foreign travel, spiritual travel, right? This is also about higher learnings, higher minds, universities, the law, whatever you want to do regarding to those things. Concentrated energy in Aries, this is a time to start, to initiate something, your 9th house. And then Uranus moving into Gemini, your 11th house, this is about electrification of the house of the future. Because for Leo rising, Gemini is your 11th house. Leo, Cancer, Gemini. So Uranus, the planet of communication and technology, in the house of technology, the future. Community, the house of friendship, social media. This is a good combination. And then of course there's going to be a full moon in Libra earlier in the month. It's going to happen in your 3rd house. So a culmination in terms of your efforts regarding your siblings, your communications, your skills, the way you process things. But this is generally a culmination of some of your efforts or all of your efforts in regards to your 3rd house. For the next rising sign, we will go to Virgo rising, the most accurate, followed by Virgo sun and Virgo moon. For my dear Virgo rising friends, the month of April is going to be intense. Why? Because concentrated energy in Aries, concentrated energy in Gemini, and concentrated energy in Aries, Uranus moving into Gemini, and of course a full moon in Libra. For Virgo, the 2nd house, the 10th house, and the 8th house all are being activated. Full moon in Libra earlier in the month activated your 2nd house. Culmination of money matters. Anything about money, income, things that you deem valuable, your self-worth, is going to be illuminated or revealed to you by this full moon in Libra. And then Uranus moving into Gemini in the later part of the month. For Virgo rising, Gemini is your 10th house. This is some disruptive energy, but also liberating and unique energies in the realm of your career. Maybe you could suddenly switch career, or you suddenly find yourself wanting to do a career in things that you never think about before, right? You never thought about before. So this is a time to add some uniqueness, unexpected things into your career. Yes, it could come from the outside, but it also could come from the inside, especially with a lot of concentrated energy in Aries, including new moon and Mars in Aries. For Virgo rising, Aries is your 8th house. So initiation, but in terms of the 8th house matters. 8th house is investments, right? Shared resources, also intimacy, transformation, right? So your money access, your 8th house and your 2nd house all are going to be activated by the events in the month of April, especially your 8th house, with that huge, very powerful Aries energies concentrated there. So pay attention to your investments. If you like to invest or if you live through your investments, pay attention to that. For the next rising sign, we will go to Libra rising, the most accurate, followed by Libra sun and Libra moon. For my dear Libra rising friends, the month of April is going to be quite intense for you because there's a lot of energies in the sign of Aries, including Mars and the new moon in Aries, which is directly opposing you. Oppositions in astrology is a hard aspect, and it's challenging because you are facing face to face with so-called enemies, even though it is not an enemy. It's just that the energy is opposing you directly. So Aries for Libra rising is the 7th house. So there's a lot of energies in relation to 7th house matters, such as marriage, relationship, partnership, including personal, business, and also your audience. This is also the marketplace. But because you're a Libra, you're the traditional ruler, owner of the 7th house, you know how to deal with this energy. In the month of April, not just Aries part of your chart that's going to be activated. Uranus is going to move into Gemini permanently and will stay there a couple of years. And it will happen in the end of the month. And Uranus in Gemini will trine you from the 9th house. So it's going to be quite a revelation. It's going to be quite a download, or it's going to be something of a breakthrough in terms of your 9th house things. Remember, 9th house is the house of luck. It's also the house where you can connect your mind to the higher realm. In this case, spirituality, religion. It's also the house of where you can see the way you see the world. So your optimism can be found in the 9th house, right? 9th house is also how you wired your perception and your view of this material plane. If you're skeptics, you can see it from your 9th house. So Uranus is going to liberate you in terms of your 9th house. And this is good. It's trining you. It's also supportive of you. Of course, there's also going to be a full moon in Libra earlier in the month. And this full moon is culmination. It's going to happen in your 1st house. So it means that your appearance, your aura, your energy, you are the star of this full moon in Libra. So the culmination will involve something in regards to your body, your appearance, your energy, and your persona. For the next rising sign, we will go to Scorpio rising, the most accurate, followed by Scorpio sun and Scorpio moon. For my dear Scorpio rising friends, the month of April is going to be intense for you. Why? Because the 6th house, Aries house, is activated. The Libra house, the 12th house, is activated, of course. And the Gemini house, which is the 8th house, is activated. So for Scorpio rising, Libra is your 12th house. Aries is your 6th house. And then for Libra, Gemini is your 8th house. All these all of these water houses, right? The 6th house, the 8th house, not water houses. 12 and 8 are water houses, and the 6th house is the house of where you burn your karma. The 12th house is also related to karma. So these are difficult houses, and they are activated this month. A lot of energies in Aries, including Mars and new moon in Aries. Your 6th house is activated. So it's about your health, your daily routines, your work, your daily chores. This is also about your pets, right? This is your rental situations, your debt, your co-workers. Anything in regards to your daily life is intensely activated by the Aries energies. Not only that, a full moon in Libra earlier in the month is going to culminate in the realm of your mental health, 12th house for Scorpio rising. And of course, Uranus is going to move permanently into Gemini for Scorpio rising. 7th house is Taurus, and then Gemini will be your 8th house. So a breakthrough in terms of your 8th house. What is 8th house? Investments, intimacy, shared resources. This is also secrets, right? This is also transformation. Uranus is at home actually in the 8th house, but the way Uranus play its game in the 8th house is that it can make the situation in the 8th house even more intense, even more unpredictable, even more chaotic. So you have to be mindful of things that related to your 8th house as Uranus enters this house and stay in this house for a couple of years. So for Scorpio rising, the most intense energies would be in the 12th house with the full moon, 6th house with the stellium of energies in Aries, and Uranus that is going to transit into Gemini in the 8th house. For the next rising sign, we will go to Sagittarius rising, the most accurate, followed by Sagittarius sun and Sagittarius moon. For my dear Sagittarius rising friends, the month of April is going to be not as challenging as other signs. Why? Because it's going to happen in your Libra house, your Gemini house, and also your Aries house. And all of these houses are in harmonious aspects to you. So your Aries house is your 5th house, your Gemini house. Yes, for Sagittarius rising, your Gemini house is your 7th house, opposing you, right? And then your Libra house is your 11th house, also supporting you. So for Sagittarius rising, the vast majority of the energies or the headlines for April is huge amount of energy in Aries, including new moon and Mars, which will activate your 5th house. This is the house of fun, children, romance, creativity. This is the house where you become a child again, or you create a project that you consider as a child to you, like raising a child, creating a project that feel like that. This 5th house is also entrepreneurship, right? So this is a very good house, and a lot of energy here, right, can make something. You can create something. This is also the house of creation. And then there's going to be a full moon in Libra earlier in the month. Libra for Sagittarius rising is your 11th house. Culmination in terms of your friendship, networking, groups, your communities. And then of course, Uranus is going to enter Gemini, which is your 7th house, opposing you. So be mindful of sudden things or sudden movement or sudden realization regarding your relationship, your marriage, your partnership, whether it's business or personal. Or maybe from now on you could attract someone that is Uranian or unique, or someone that is you never dare to think that you would be with that person. That is Uranus. It will be opposing you. It's a bit challenging, but Uranus is here to teach you a lesson of freedom. Uranus will help you find the truest part of your relationship. Uranus will help you find the revolutionary part of your relationship, so you can be your authentic self. That is basically the task of Uranus in your 7th house. You can find your authentic self through others. For the next rising sign, we will go to Capricorn rising, the most accurate, followed by Capricorn sun and Capricorn moon. For my dear Capricorn rising friends, this month of April is going to be quite intense for you. Why? Because Aries and Libra are cardinal signs. Capricorn, you're a cardinal sign. And of course, your Mercury part of the Gemini part of your chart is also going to be activated by Uranus. So for Capricorn rising, Aries is your 4th house. A lot of energies in Aries, including new moon and Mars. So the focus is going to be on your family, your property, your emotional foundation, your mother. And then of course, there's going to be a full moon in Libra earlier in the month. So culmination in terms of your career, public image, legacy. And then Uranus is going to move into Gemini. For Capricorn rising, Gemini is your 6th house. So sudden things, sudden movement, sudden breakthrough, or even sudden unexpected things in sudden unexpected things related to your sixth house. Because for Capricorn, your seventh house is Cancer, your sixth house is Gemini. So sudden things, sudden movement. Maybe sudden offer for a job, because sixth house is job, right? It's work. Or maybe sudden realization regarding your health. Or sudden breakthrough in terms of your health, because sixth house is also health. For the next rising sign, we will go to Aquarius rising, the most accurate, followed by Aquarius sun and Aquarius moon. So for my dear Aquarius rising friends, the month of April is going to be quite gentle on you. Why? Because Aries, Gemini, and Libra, the focal points of the month of April, are all signs that are naturally in harmonious aspects to you, which is sextile and trine. So a lot of energies in Aries for the month of April, Sun, Mars, new moon. Aries is your third house, sextiling you. So it's harmonious. Third house is about your siblings, your communications. Something brand new, initiative is going to happen there. And then a full moon in Libra for Aquarius rising is trining you from the ninth house, fellow air signs, Libra and Aquarius. So full moon in Libra in your ninth house, culmination in terms of your maybe foreign travel, anything related to foreign things. Culmination in regards to your university studies, higher minds, maybe your religious studies, religion. Maybe it's culmination relating to your efforts in terms of law or publication. And then of course, the most important thing for you, Aquarius rising, is your chart ruler, which is Uranus, is going to move into Gemini. Gemini for Aquarius rising is your fifth house. So your chart ruler is moving into a very lucky, very positive house. Fifth house, which is the house of children. Because for Aquarius, Gemini is your fifth house. The house of children. The house of fun, romance. The house where you can be yourself, basically. This is the house of self-expression. House of joy. This is the house where you gave birth to something that is very meaningful to you. This is the house of entrepreneurship and gambling also. So the month of April, your ninth house, your third house, and your fifth house all are going to be activated in a very nice way for you, because all of these houses and the signs are in harmonious aspect to you. For the last rising sign, we will go to Pisces rising, the most accurate, followed by Pisces sun and Pisces moon. For my dear Pisces rising friends, the month of April is going to be somewhat challenging for you. Why? Because your Gemini house, your Aries house, and then your Libra house all are going to be activated. So for Pisces, earlier in the month, there's going to be a full moon in Libra, culmination. For Pisces, Libra is your eighth house. Culmination in relation to your eighth house. Eighth house matters, such as investments, transformation, shared resources, intimacy, crisis. So this is not a gentle house. But Libra is a gentle energy, and there's a full moon here. So the universe is showing you the way for you to handle eighth house matters. And then after that, there's going to be a lot of energies in the sign of Aries, including the Sun, Mars, and New Moon. For Pisces rising, Aries is your second house. Major energy in terms of money. So this is if you want to make more money, or if you want to create a new initiative to create more money, or to capture more money or more value, this is the time. Second house is also about your self-worth. So this is also the time for you to initiate something new in terms of your self-worth. And then of course, lastly, later part of the month, Uranus is going to move to Gemini. For Pisces, Gemini is your fourth house. Sudden realization or sudden movement or sudden events that's going to shake the very base, the bottom part of your chart, which is your family, your home, your property, your mother, your emotional foundation. I'm not saying that it's going to be scary. No, it's just that expect the unexpected within the next few years in the realm of your fourth house.